you might like this. A few years ago, me and Deadly, we did a tour of the Highlands of Scotland. And it was a great tour. One of the nice things I remember on that tour was doing this next song. Because people up there would come up to me and Deadly at the end of the night and just say, "Oh, thanks for doing that song," because they just identified with it really strongly. And what's interesting coming here for the first time is there's places around here that are just like the Highlands of Scotland. Because this is a song about places that don't have good coverage for mobile phones. And in order to do this song, Deadly was quite clever. He invented something that's almost as much New Zealand as it is Scotland. It's a very simple little device. It just like that, really. So it's very neat. You go to somewhere beautiful like Scotland, or New Zealand, and look on your phone and there's no coverage, and you have a lovely sense of freedom, and you can just enjoy the beauty of the place. But there are times when it's really odd. And this is a song all about that, and it's called You. Goes like this. Hang on, your mobile's breaking up. You texted me with, "We've just broken up. I've got this problem. I don't know what I can do. Can you just call us back on 01292? That's 01296. No, poo. Hey honey, I think you got the wrong end of the stick. You thought I was seeing your friend behind your back, but we were organising a surprise party for you. And it's tonight at the Half Moon Party. Going on for 2. Now just call us back and we'll do this. Ah, poo. Julie's driven down from Liverpool and Jamie's here from York. Now, shut up, don't talk the problem. Is your parents are here too. Call us back. Come on, poo. Hey honey, your mobile's breaking up. You texted me with "We just broken up. You got this problem, I don't know what I can..." Oh God, now it's engaged. I wish I was. I know we all suffered during the COVID period, and we had, as you probably well know, we had a lockdown in the UK, and I didn't like it. I'd got used to going out, a couple of times a week, and people telling me what a good bloke I was and buying me beers. When the lockdown happened, that stopped, and I really missed it. But I did think, because we had to have that break, I did think, when I come back, because there's a lot of people, there's a couple of people here that have followed my career, since the late 1970s. And I would notice one thing, and that is that the show hasn't changed very much. So I thought what I should do was spend that time sort of, freshen it up a bit, so it'd be a bit different when started doing gigs again. I didn't want to do anything drastic, like new material. But it did occur to me, right, that we got Deadly the roadie at the side of the stage doing nothing. Oi! Why not add some harmonies? And it's a nice idea in principle, but in practice it really doesn't work very well. I mean, if you get a roadie and you put them in front of a microphone, they just go check 1 2, check 1 2. I mean, you can't sing. So I did something quite clever. I built a French girl in a box to do the harmonies for Deadly. And it's great, we've managed to add all these harmonies without Deadly having to open his mouth. So, anyway. It's a rather sad romantic song I wrote after this girl I really liked a lot, left me for somebody better.
Oh, yes.
I've got lots of songs like that. This is my favourite. It's called Middle of Winter. I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
Who's the boyfriend? Is he new? Is he entertaining you? Tell me, does he take you to the places that you want him to? I see you got some brand new clothes, brand new shirt and brand new shoes, and you're showing off with the things you got, and you're walking around with your hair cut short. You won't say where you've been away since you came back yesterday, but you've got yourself a suntan in the middle of winter. Who's the boyfriend? What's he like? His car's outside your house all night, and I don't know what's happening, and it makes me feel like hitting you. I'm so cold, you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter. Quick.
Middle of winter.
I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
Help. There's a man's washing on your line. Now, where the hell did that come from? Bermuda shorts in the middle of winter. You got some brand new clothes and brand new shirt and brand new shoes, and you're showing off with the things you got, and you're walking around with your haircut short in the middle of winter.
Who's a prat?
I'm so cold and you're so warm, and it's the middle of winter. Middle of winter.
Yes.
Hey. I'll do this one next. Actually, this is quite an interesting song. It's a song I wrote years and years and years ago, and I didn't realise, how relevant this song would become years later. And it was interesting, during the lockdown, I remember playing this song to this girl, and she said, "Otway, you are so prophetic." I think that's what she said. But what's quite astonishing, when you actually listen to the lyrics of this song, as the song develops, it just becomes really apparent just how prophetic I am. Yeah. She gave me an injection that immunised me from the disease of love. The allergic reaction to the burning infection was fierce, but it really did the job. She cured my affliction with a pure dose of passion, and the antibodies did what they could. They killed off the bacteria that was causing the hysteria, like dancing around in my blood. So you can move me, you can groove me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. She cured my affliction with a pure dose of passion. She said, "Honey, does it hurt when I press there?" She lied and she cheated. She laughed when I objected. Now that's what I call intensive care. So you can move me, you can groove me, you can put your arms around me, play games could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. Do you want a diagnosis? Do you want to get over this? She said as she was taking my pulse. I've taken some samples down to the lab. Just wait until you get the results. I was addicted, drowning. I had to keep swimming. I had to keep taking the drug. She used aversion therapy, so no one else can get me. And now no, I ain't got that bug. So you can move me, you can move me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, even undress me, but I'm cured, and I can't catch love. I said I'm cured, and I can't catch love. Thank you. I've got a new album out that I recorded 6 years ago. No, trust me, Otway fans can only handle a new album once every 10 years. So that is a new album. And I will do a couple of songs from it in the second half. I won't do them now, because I want you to stay. But I'll do a song from an earlier album, and that album was called Premature Adulation. And this is a nice song from that album. It's called Poetry and Jazz. She said it's hard for me to explain to you the brightness of the light. I can still remember when my life was like that. A real and painless beauty I remember as a kid. And I thought that I knew everything. And in a way, I did. She was a virgin then, a child in a million, with deep brown hazel eyes of blazing intuition. She called me over to her side and said, "Will you please listen? I want to show you something. And it's something I've just written and I'm calling it Poetry and Jazz." She watched her happy family turn to a broken home. Her father left with someone else, her mother on her own. Her 14th birthday, her mother spent in tears, and she celebrated on her own her adolescent years. It was hell then, caught in the crossfire of an emotional triangle she couldn't keep together. I held her softly and she sobbed upon my shoulder, saying, "As you are the closest thing I've got to a brother, explain to me, why is life so sad?" 16 was better, because 16 was boys, makeup, parties, alcohol and clothes. And saying to your boyfriend, "Come on, get out of bed. Look, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and my mother's coming back." And she smiled then, her eyes filled with laughter. She didn't know if it was love, but it didn't really matter. She called me on the phone and said, "Hey, get this big brother. I've just got rid of one boyfriend and got myself another, and listen, this one drives a Jag." She left school and boyfriends for university, 3 years of study for an art degree. Her clothes were outrageous, her hair was many colours, her work was radical, and so were her ideas. She said, "This is brilliant. This place is heaven. On a score of 1 to 10, I'd give this place 11. It kicks you up the ass and it fires you with ambition. I often used to feel as if life was just a prison. Now I realise it isn't quite that bad." I was invited to an exhibition a little while ago, to an art gallery in Paris, where she has a studio. She looked sophisticated, she was wearing a bronze tan, and she'd sold all her work for some outrageous sum. And I looked at her, and I started laughing. I said, "Look, you're supposed to be an artist, you're supposed to be suffering." And she just smiled back and pointed to this painting of a young girl around which she'd written out this poem she'd shown me once called Poetry and Jazz. My name is Angela, I am 12 years old, and I've given up on working hard and doing as I'm told. I see a child psychologist who spotted in my head a recipe for delinquency or something just as bad. But I'll fight for my independence. I see the world in another way to my teachers and my parents. My priorities are different and my life is not as aimless. I am not disruptive and I'm not dangerous. I've written them on purpose like poetry and jazz. She said it's hard for me to explain to you the brightness of the light. I can still remember when my life was like that. The real and painless beauty I remember as a kid. When I thought that I knew everything, and in a way I did. You know, when I had the hit in the UK in 1977, I remember thinking at the time, you know, I've cracked the UK, I really should try and crack America. And I gave it a go and it didn't work. And for a long time I never knew why. But I think I do now. I think what it is, I think the Americans have got a different sense of humour to me. And, but I remember there was one point on that tour where I would go, okay, we're going to do a song about the American Civil War. It's called Oh My God, We're Going to Remember the Alamo. So we do this show and then we go to the dressing room and there'd always be a little queue of people, you know, waiting to talk to us at the end of the night. We'd always make them wait, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour before we came out. And then when we came out, first one in the queue would go, the Alamo wasn't the American Civil War. We go, yes, we know. And they'd waited half an hour to tell us. It's astonishing because I have this problem because I still think that's funny. 880 were challenged by Travis to die by a lion that he drew with his sword as the battle drew nigh. And he that crossed over that line was for glory, and he that was left better fly. And over the line crossed 179. Killing your soldiers below, so the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. Jim Bowie lay dying, his blood and his powder were dry, his knife at the ready to take him a few in reply. Now young Davy Crockett lay laughing and dying, the blood and the sweat in his eyes. But for Texas and freedom, a man was more willing to die. Hey, Santa Ana, they're killing your soldiers below, so the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. A courier came to a battle once bloody and loud, as she found only skin and bones where she once left a crowd. So fear not, little darlings are dying, if your world is sovereign and free. We're gonna fight to the last as long as liberty lives. Hey, Santa Ana, they're killing your soldiers below, so the rest of Texas will know. Oh my God, we're going to remember the Alamo. Hey. Because turns out that there are people here that are a bit bemused by what I do. Some people, I mean, find it a bit hard to, get a handle on, where I'm coming from. I think the easiest way to explain that is just sort of say where I came from. I was only like 9 years old when I decided that I wanted to be a pop star in Aylesbury in England, and I remember going and buying the pop records that I loved there and taking them home and playing them. And knowing, even at that young age, that I would never be able to do that. I always wanted to play places like this and have the hit records. And what happened was my sister bought this Bob Dylan record, and I remember listening to that thinking, I could do that. Bloody easy. And of course I did. And so this is a song from my big hero of all time, Bob Dylan, and just talking to it, I'll actually just mention Deadly the Roadie, because it is funny with roadies, isn't it? Deadly would like to be a pop star like me and like to do this bit. But he hasn't any talent. Which is why he's a roadie. But I must admit, he does actually do quite a good job of Bob Dylan. And I thought you wouldn't mind, right, if at the end of the song, he had a go. No, it's nice if he does, because it means on that long plane journey we've got on the way home, we'll just have that one little thing in common. So, there you go. Bob Dylan. At first I was afraid, petrified. Kept thinking, I could never live without you by my side. But I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I'd be strong, and I learned how to get along, and how you're back from outer space. I just wanted to find you there, with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave the key. If I had have thought for just 1 second, you'd be back tomorrow with me. Go on now, go! Walk out the door. Just turn around now, because you ain't welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbyes? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd break down and die? Oh, no, no, no. I won't survive. As long as I'm a hell of love, I know I stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. It's a bit spooky, isn't it? Well, you wouldn't think Deadly would be, capable of something like that. And because it does sound like Bob Dylan, doesn't it? I remember the first time I was doing it, thinking that. And I said, no, so well done. Okay, let's do my big top 10 hit record. 25 years after my first hit, we had another one. And the reason we had one was because for all those years, me and a lot of my fans wanted to achieve, one small thing. And that was get the letter S on the right side of the word hit. It took a while. But we got there, and the big top 10 hit record is inspired actually by my daughter's chemistry homework. And it is actually a disco record. And the reason I say that is, from the way I play it, you wouldn't know. A couple of ways around, I just tell you it's a disco record. And the other is, and I don't think it's going to happen tonight, but some shows we do, after the live act, the place turns into a disco. Now, I never go on the dance floor after doing the show because I feel self-conscious. But it doesn't bother Deadly. No, he's straight down there throwing shapes. So I thought what would be good fun, you know, to give it the disco flavour is I'll play it and Deadly can throw some shapes.
What?
No, trust me, Deadly, it's funny. So let's go Bunsen burner, let's go disco, let's go top 10. Baby, I can turn heavy metal into gold. I can make an unstable compound of mercury explode. I can make you glow. I can make you phosphoresce. I'll burst your bubble. I can make you effervesce. Cause science does a subs, a chemical reaction in the brain. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame. You're going to turn bright red when I do my litmus test on you. Acid it was, acid it is, and what acid is true. Check out what's in the test tube, baby.
Oh, wow, wow.
You're my little pipette.
Oh, wow,
You're
wow.
my favourite piece of apparatus in my chemistry set. Science does a subs, a chemical reaction in the brain. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame. You are the kind of carbon that I can date.
Oh, no.
You're the element that makes me passionate. There's a chemistry experiment all the time, my brain. Come close to the Bunsen burner. Feel the heat of the naked flame. Cause science does this love, say chemical reaction in the brain. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your Bunsen burner.
Burn, baby, burn.
Let me be your naked flame. More.
Burn, baby, burn.
I know I'm doing that, I'm a chemist.
Burn, baby, burn.
Now this is quite interesting.
Burn, baby, burn.
Have you tried covalent bonding?
Burn, baby, burn.
I've tried putting these two together. Yeah, number 9 in the chart. I know when we started playing that song live, and you know, sometimes when I do now, even doing the solo shows, people have said to me, oh, I don't know, it doesn't really sound like an A-side. However, when we played the B-side, there's a consensus. People go, oh, yeah, that sounds like a B-side. The B-side of my big top 10 hit record had a choir of 1,000 on it. I noticed whenever we played House of the Rising Sun, people would heckle. And,
Really?
yeah, and they did in Christchurch and they did in Wellington, didn't they? And Auckland. It's funny. But what happened was we booked Abbey Road Studios for the recording of the B-side and invited anyone that wanted to heckle to come to the studio. And 1,000 hecklers arrived. And you might not know this here, but Abbey Road Studios is actually a proper recording studio. And it is. So we couldn't say, yeah, we've got 1,000 hecklers coming. We said it's a 1,000-piece choir. So we actually hold the record at Abbey Road Studios for the largest choir ever recorded there. Not the most musical, I mean, not the best, just the biggest. Well, there is
What?
a house
Where?
down in New Orleans.
What's it called?
Well, they call it the Rising Sun.
What's the name?
It's been the ruin of many a poor boy.
No.
Now, well, God, I know
Who's a brat?
I'm
Tell us about your mother.
yeah, my mother, coming up to her, she was a tailor.
What did she sew?
She sewed blue jeans.
What about your father?
Yeah, my father, he was a gambling man.
Yeah.
In New Orleans.
What's the only thing a gambler needs?
Now, the only thing that a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk.
That's two things.
I know it's two things. I didn't write it. And the only time he ever feels satisfied is when he's a drunk. No, mothers! No! Children! Not to be! Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, it is a house down in New Orleans area, and they call it the rising sun. And it's there, the ruin of many a poor boy. I know I'm one. Oh God! Oh no!
Who's a brat?
I'm one. As I mentioned in the first set, I'll do a couple of songs from my new album. My new album's called Montserrat. And it's called Montserrat because that's where we recorded it, in the Caribbean. I know, we recorded it there because back in the 1970s and in the 1980s, it was actually the coolest place on the planet to record. A lot of the greatest acts in the world recorded there. Paul McCartney, Dire Straits, The Police, Duran Duran,
Status quo.
and Rush. Yeah, and the last people to record there were the Rolling Stones in 1989 recording their Steel Wheels album.
It was shit.
What happened was just after that the island got hurricaned and then it got volcanoed and nobody went back. But I had an idea, right? Maybe I could be the third natural disaster to hit the island. So we crowdfunded and it worked, and we stayed at Sir George Martin's house and recorded the Montserrat album. And I realised actually I'd got to an age when I could write about what I'd learnt in my life and pass that wisdom onto the younger generations. And this song is about all the pain and the suffering I've had in my life, because I have suffered.
So we.
But the good thing about being a singer-songwriter is I've managed to capture all that pain and suffering in a 5-word chorus. Now, it works. I know it works. I've played this to loads of people, and they have said, "Oh yeah, that's painful." So there you go. This is from Montserrat. When I was a young boy, my mama used to say, "You ain't hurt too bad now. Go back out and play." But I was only little. I didn't realise when she'd laugh it off and when she'd sympathise. So I remember asking her, "How is it you know when it's really serious, when you let it go?" She said, "John, it's obvious. When a young boy cries, if it's very, very bad, there are real tears from both eyes." Real tears from both eyes. Real tears from both eyes. Real tears from both eyes. A few years later, when I was a teenager, and one emotional drama would be followed by another. Sometimes I'd be moody, sometimes I'd be sad, but I would write romantic songs when it got really bad. And because I was poetic, folk would empathise. They knew what it was like to have real tears from both eyes. Oh, real tears from both eyes. So I became a singer and fame happened very fast after an appearance on the old grey whistle test. It was my first time as a guest on national television, and I was going to do my best to make a big impression. And for the millions watching, it wasn't hard to tell. Not only was it stupid, it must have also hurt like hell. And wild Willie Barrett said, "No way could you disguise the fact that that was agony." There were real tears from both eyes. 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 And this next song came about after I read this article in this newspaper. And the article was about people's memories and, you know, what people remember in life. And the bit about relationships was quite interesting. And it turns out what people remember most in terms of relationships, not the first time they met, or their first date, you know, or the first time they slept with them. It was in fact the first time they kissed them. And people have really strong memories about that. And I remember reading that article thinking, oh, I can remember some kisses. And I can remember 5. I asked Eddie about this, he could only think of 4. So I wrote this song, and the song sums up my life in 5 kisses. There you go. Just 5 kisses. Kissing like snakes, kissing like fishes. My first kiss, teenage heaven. It's a favourite piece of my education. Of all the moments I recall, that's my favourite of them all. I remember where I was and precisely what she wore. I put that perfume anywhere because I ran my fingers through her hair. Sum up your life in just 5 kisses. Building blocks or burning bridges. 2 kisses of the same lover. First when we met, the last when it was over. 'Cause how is it you choose between the good times and the blues? The start of something great, then watch that delicate thing break. 'Cause when you part and when you meet, you taste the bitter and the sweet. Sum up your life in just 5 kisses. One kiss and years of scheming, engineering that chance meeting. 'Cause I'd adored you for so long, and I was sure you were the one. I had everything in place, then my fingers touched your face. The moment had come but then was gone, because the chemistry was wrong. Sum up your life in just 5 kisses. Kissing like snakes, kissing like fishes. Sum up your life in just 5 kisses. Include the hits, but don't forget the misses. Okay, this is a nice one. This is a song that I got together for my daughter Amy when she was like 3 years old.
She's now 47.
It still does it.
Yeah. Well, but think about this. You know, if you're a punk icon, I mean, do you really want to get caught singing nursery rhymes to your kids? Yeah. So, when I got sent some lyrics about the fairy story Rumpelstiltskin, I remember thinking, you know, there must be loads of parents like me. And punk a Rumpelstiltskin would be very popular. There you go. You come over from a pert, acting like an introvert. You treat me like a jerk, you make me do all the work. You're just a big flirt, a pretty girl in your skirt. Rub my face in the dirt, why don't you? Just give us a baby, kiss the baby. Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, kiss the baby, give us a baby. Oh, just give us the baby. Questionable morality, you think you married royalty. You're regret on reality, you think it's your destiny. And dresses, new clothes, and no ribbons, no bows. You shouldn't have done what you did to me, so come on, kiss the baby, kiss the baby, just give us the baby. You think happily ever after, you think you've been really clever. You're just a bad loser, we did all this together. You're just a crap weaver. You can't spin gold, can't spin silver, you'd have been stuck in there forever. You think it's a little game, come on, guess my name. You don't want to cause a scene, you think it's a bad dream. You're just a cheapskate, you made a bad mistake. You know exactly what you owe me, so come on, kiss the baby, kiss the baby. Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, kiss the baby. Just give us the baby. Just drop the baby, drop the baby. Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. But this one next, one of the things I really enjoy about coming here and doing these solo shows is just the amount of freedom I have as an artiste on the stage. And this is a perfect example. Whenever I do this next song with my band or Wild Willie Barrett, they always insist that the capo goes on the same place every night. When I do the solo shows, I mean, it really doesn't matter where the capo goes. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just waft the capo backwards and forwards, and if someone wants to yell stop, I might do that tonight. Probably here you won't realise the significance of this, but back in England, because I do a lot of gigs, and this is true, some people come and see me more than once. And it's great because I have overheard people talking and saying things like, you know, I was at the gig the other night, you know, the capo was in a different place. Well, it's good, isn't it? Because it just makes every gig a little bit special. You know, and if you speak to anybody that saw like the Christchurch show from last night, they will tell you, honestly, he wasn't there. Yeah, so you are witnessing something a bit special. So nice, it's called Josephine. Get ready for the festival, for the festival is only once a year. Raise your glasses in the air and fill the barrels full of beer. Mother Nature wave a wand over this lady's hand. May her rain a good year on our land. And the legend Josephine, the blonde, blue-eyed May Queen, spent the night in the arms of her lover the day before the crown. Gifts and flowers by her bed, with tired eyes and sleepy head. You stay warm until the morning calls you in. And the crowd scream, Josephine, our May Day eyes are on you. And the people sing and drown in wine to crown the queen of spring. Time. And at only your heart is in safekeeping. And nature's girl today can wipe her tears away. Her time to shine has nearly come. In the church they pray for harvest, you hear the church bells ring, and your friends are in the bar tonight to see the May Day in. But you are the queen, and life isn't quite as easy. God bless the libertine that lies within our Josephine, and the crowd scream, Josephine, our May Day eyes are on you. And the people sing and drown in wine to crown the queen of spring time. Hold on to your lover's hand and he will give you all the strength you need tonight. And somewhere in a promised land is the love for the one you lie beside. When it gets dark and cold, you've got warm arms to hold, and in the morning you'll be the angel of them all. When the crowd scream, Josephine, our May Day eyes are on you. People sing and drown in wine to crown the queen of spring time. Lounge of Terminal 2, at the information desk waiting for you. Oh, honey, you were looking so young, and I knew you had to go, but I wanted to come. I can't complain. I kissed those sweet lips then, and at the same time I knew I might never ever see you again. To see where you were, I saw St. Julian, you're very near there. I went to the travel agent to find out the fare. She said it's 57 by train and 107 by air. I can't complain. I kissed those sweet lips then, and at the same time I knew I might never ever see you again. They all talk about the same things. I'm sure they don't know what true loving is. When I kissed you, honey, I saw all the things like stars and lights and rainbows ends. I can't complain. I kissed those sweet lips then, and at the same time I knew I might never ever see you again. Coming up to the climax of my show now, and I thought, wouldn't it be a nice idea to Twinkly Deadly in the last number? It's one of those things. It's like a really nice idea, but you know, in fact, it is difficult because I mean, he really doesn't have any talent. So it's just hard to think about what he could do. So before he came out, I asked Deadly if he had any ideas, and he turned up to the rehearsal with his toy. And I've been quite clever. I've marked off the two notes that Deadly can play. Now, it's got to be quiet, and I know why, because, I mean, the show's gone all right, hasn't it? And what you wouldn't want it to happen now is, you know, for Deadly to spoil it. Don't worry, it's not going to happen, because, I mean, I know what I'm doing up here. When we get around that, back in England, when you take driving lessons, the instructor has dual controls. And I've got dual controls for Deadly. But if he's likely to crash the show, I can just apply the brakes. Isn't that good? I mean, he can't be a part of it without you worrying the whole time he's going to spoil it all. So, we're going to leave you with a song called Cheryl's Going Home. Featuring Dudley, you know. The thunder cracks against the night. The dark explodes with a yellow light. The railroad sign is a flashing bright. The people stare, but I don't care. My flesh is cold against my bones, and Cheryl's going home. Can you hear me shouting through the rain? Is there a way to stop the train? I've got some reasons to explain about the way I was today. The whistle moans and I'm alone, and Cheryl's going home. Send her all things special down the line. I'm running desperately behind. There's only one thing on my mind, and the rain and the tears are in my eyes, and the things I had to say will not be known. And Cheryl's going home. She's going home tonight, okay. And I'm running out of train tracks and I'm lost, cause she's gone away. Oh yeah. And Cheryl, baby, I love you. You know, for all the things you've ever done for me, and that's true. And then I see that look in your eyes. My God, I'm sad and I'm paralyzed. Are you going away? And ain't you gonna stay? And I'm so sad you're going away, cause that train, that bloody train, is going down a track. It's going down a track. And Cheryl is going home. And Cheryl is going home. Cheryl is going home tonight. Come on, this isn't bloody funny. What do you do when your woman's gone away?
Have a wank.
No, you're crying. You're bloody crying. You're crying, look, Cheryl was my baby, and we used to sleep together. That's lovely on cold nights. We just like lie there and hold each other. That's a bit sad now. Here I am, stood there like a twat on the platform. And Cheryl, my baby, sitting on the train. They're bloody awe. And the porter blows the whistle. Just like that. And that train, that bloody train again. Down the train. Oh, it's going down the train. That Cheryl is going home tonight. The thunder cracks against the night. The dark explodes with a yellow light. The railroad sign is flashing bright. The people stare. I don't care. My flesh is cold against my bones, and darling Cheryl's going home. Oh! Very much. Thank you. I'll just mention I've got some merchandising over there. I've got some. The T-shirts are very popular. John Otway, I can't believe it's not better. And they've been working really well because, especially in the UK, people have been sort of saying the great thing about that T-shirt is every song you do in your set is an advert for that T-shirt. And you got tote bags as well, so that if you buy one of my CDs, you know, I can't believe it's not better, you know, applies to the contents. And the other thing about the merchandising is that normally when people do merchandising, I usually do merchandising, at the end of the night you just think, how much have we done on the merch? But on this trip we didn't, because we're flying back. We flew here on Air New Zealand and we're flying to Australia on Jetstar. And there's a bit of a difference in the amount of luggage you can carry. Right? So basically, on this trip around New Zealand, we've tried to get rid of 3 kilograms of merchandising. So it's at the end of the night, instead of sort of saying how much we made, we how much weight have we sold? And we sold 1 kilogram last night, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, results. So anyway, so we got some badges and things like that. But the thing is, you sell the badges, they're not going to make a great deal of difference, are they? So when you're considering what to buy, think about what is the heaviest item in my merchandising. One of the complaints I get about my show.
It's too long.
One of the other complaints I get about it is not enough theremin in the show. And part of the reason for that is a lot of the musicians I work with hate the theremin, and for a long time I didn't know why.
It's shit.
No, what it is, I know this about my guitarist in my band, spent years and years practicing, to get as good as he got. Only took me 5 minutes to learn to play this. And I think the song I learnt in 5 minutes is an Osmond song. You know which one it is? There's a message coming in the air, it comes from crazy horses fighting everywhere. It's a warning, it's on every tongue, gotta stop those crazy horses on the run. What a show! There they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses and their riders are you and I. Crazy horses, crazy horses. Well, they never stop, and they never die. They just keep on pumping how they hold the sky. Crazy horses, will they ever halt? They just keep on moving and it's all our fault. What a show! There they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses and their riders are you and I. Crazy horses, crazy horses. What a show! There they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses and their riders are you and I. Crazy horses, crazy horses, crazy horses, crazy horses. Crazy horses. Very much. Oh, thank you so much. I go, I do one, and this one will be the last one because I never feel like doing very much after this. It's a wild Willie Barrett song called "Give It Headbutts." Goes this. Went downtown for a cup of tea and I saw two skinheads looking at me. Well, I give them headbutts. Walking on the beach in a Portend gale, and I saw three hippies sailing a whale. Well, I give them headbutts. Now they've gone back to India to get their heads together. Lots of people in the line waiting for number 9. Not me, I don't. I walk right up to the front.
Excuse me, mate, are you jumping the queue?
No, Deadly, I'm butting in. I got involved in this head-on collision with this tanker driver that wondered what hit him. I went through my windscreen, through his windscreen, and I gave him a bloody headbutt. I went to the doctor for a pill.
What was that, John? You feeling ill?
No, I got an headache. Too many headbutts. I saw this band called Shake. I saw this band called Shaking Spear. Well, I gave the singer the old King Lear. Where hast thou been? He spat. I went, oi mate, stitch that. Bloody hell. Oh, last verse. Met this fella really in the sport. Fifth Dan karate, I mean, you know the sort. Did I give him an headbutt?
Yes.
No. Did Deadly the roadie give him an headbutt?
Oh no, he's gorgeous.
In fact, the baby did. This actually works better in profile.
Burn, baby, burn.